Every winter there's bickering about where the coldest place in the lower 48 is. International Falls has billed itself as the icebox of the nation, but so have a few other cities in Minnesota, 2 in Colorado, plus Stanley, Idaho, and West Yellowstone, Montana. On the other hand, there's little argument about where the nation's hotspot is, Death Valley, California. And tomorrow is the anniversary of its biggest claim to fame, 134 degrees on July 10th, 1913, the highest official temperature reading in the Western Hemisphere, second highest in the world. Death Valley is part of the largest national park in the lower 48, spread over 3 million acres along the California-Nevada border on the northern fringes of the Mojave Desert. The valley itself is tucked between mountain ranges, 6,000-foot peaks on the east, the 10,000-foot Panamint Range on the west. Also, further west, there are other barriers to Pacific moisture, the Argus Range, and then the towering Sierra Nevadas. In fact, just about any way the wind blows, it has to cross tall mountains to get to Death Valley. And that rain shadowing effect makes it the driest official observing site in the nation, with average annual rainfall just around 2 1/3 inches. The least dry months on average are January, February, and March, each with more than 1/3 of an inch. But every few years, Pacific winter storms will dump a few inches of rain, and then the valley doesn't look like a desert at all. Death Valley is between 6 and 13 miles wide, about 130 miles long. It was named by a group of lost miners who were looking for a shortcut to the California gold fields in 1849 and got stuck in the valley for weeks. About 500 square miles of the valley are below sea level, shaded gray here. The first consistent weather observations in Death Valley were taken at the aptly named Furnace Creek in 1891. That's where the record of 134 was set. The lowest elevation in the U.S. is a little farther south at Badwater, 282 feet below sea level. Now here's the official average highs in Death Valley from April to October, taken at Furnace Creek. The peak is in July, around 115 degrees, and the average even stays above 100 into September. Highs over 120 are common. Here's how many have occurred each year this decade: 30 just 2 years ago. So far this year there have been 12. And finally, to get a sense for Death Valley's claim as the nation's hotspot, I looked back over the last 5 years at June, July, and August to see where the highest temperature in the country was set each day. The 4 most common places were Death Valley, 2 sites in Arizona, Bullhead City and Gila Bend, and Wink, Texas. Out of a total of 460 days, Death Valley had the high temperature on almost 400, 85% of the time. Nowhere else was even close. Legend has it that a visitor once said to a Death Valley park ranger, "It's not so hot here. Where we live, we can put a frying pan out in the sun on a hot summer day, crack an egg, and fry it right up." To which the park ranger supposedly replied, "We can do the same thing here, only we do it in the shade." Fred will be back with the extended forecast next.